Early Monday morning, Juan was working in the shop. As he was washing equipment in the sink, he accidentally splashed some chemicals into his left eye. After rinsing his eye for several minutes, a coworker drove him to the emergency room where he received medical treatment. After leaving the hospital, Juan returned to the shop to talk to his manager Ken about the accident. Let's see how Ken handles the situation.
Hey Juan, come on in. Have a seat. So Juan, I heard that you got into an accident this morning. How are you doing? You doing all right?
I'm doing okay, thanks. I got taken into the emergency room earlier today, and the doctor said that in a couple of weeks I should be better.
Well, I mean, so this happened at work this morning. How exactly did it happen?
Well, I was at the sink cleaning some of my tools with some chemicals, and next thing I know, I splashed a little bit of water into my eye and started burning really bad, had to ask for help.
You know, Juan, this is actually really serious. You need to be sure to wear your safety goggles whenever you work with chemicals.
I told you already, I couldn't see anything. I had to take the glasses off because they're getting all foggy and all the equipment's super old, so what's the big deal?
Well, you know what? I wonder, how's your vision now? How are you seeing now? Okay, you're wearing an eye patch. Okay, the fact is, this is what gets me with these guys. Okay, the fact is that you guys don't think about the consequences. All right, the consequences of your actions. This is what happens when you break the rules. Okay, you think you're above the rules. You think, oh, you know what? Rules don't matter. Well, they do. And here's this kind of situation that you end up in. Okay, where you can't see out of your left eye. All right, and you know what? I don't need this right now. Management is breathing down my neck about safety, okay? And we just had it last management meeting, okay? And now I got to go back with an accident report, okay? I don't need it. I really don't need it. And you know what? I'm sick and tired of having to deal with your mistakes.
What's really upsetting me is that every single time we do something wrong around here, we hear it from you. What about all the good stuff that we do for this company?
That's funny. That's really funny, okay? The fact is that I'm not here to give you a bunch of warm and fuzzies, all right? This isn't kindergarten, all right? The fact is, you do your job, you get paid, all right? I'm here to make sure that you don't make mistakes, all right? And that's my job, all right? And the fact is that lately, all I've been hearing about from you are your mistakes, okay? And, I hear stuff. I know what's going on. I know you go out and party and drink it up. You know what I'm saying? Heck, Monday morning, you're at least you're hungover this morning. I bet. Might have even probably been still drunk, for all I know. And the fact is when you went to the hospital to get your to get your eye taken care of, you know what? They're going to run a drug test on you. And I wonder what I'm going to see on that drug test when it comes back. Okay. And you know what? I don't have time to deal with this right now. Okay, I really don't. So you know what? Just leave for now. Go back to shop floor, and you know what? We'll see if you have a job tomorrow.
Well, that didn't go very well. Juan certainly got chewed out, but did he receive the kind of managing that will actually improve his performance in the future? How could Ken have handled the situation differently? Let's go back and give him another chance and see if he can be more effective.
So wait a minute. So you're working with chemicals and you got it in your eye, so you weren't wearing your safety goggles?
Well, I was initially, but they started kind of fogging up on me, so I removed them for just a second.
Juan, this is actually really serious. You need to be sure to wear your safety goggles whenever you work with chemicals.
I told you already, I couldn't see anything. I had to take the glasses off because they're getting all foggy and all the equipment's super old, so what's the big deal?
If the goggles are in fact faulty, okay, if they're preventing you from being able to do your job, then that's something that I need to know about. Okay, so if you're in that situation and you need to, you can't do your job effectively, then you need to let me know, and I can get you new goggles, and we can get it so you can do your job effectively. Okay, and I know that you know this. I know that you've been trained on it. Obviously, you're wearing your goggles before. Okay, you took them off, so I know that you know that you need to be wearing your goggles in that situation. Okay. And unfortunately, I'm going to have to file an accident report. Okay, this happened on the job. That's going to have to go to upper management. Okay, and that means that this is going to go on your record. Okay, this is going to be written down. It's unfortunate because I know you're an excellent worker, and you do a good job. But that's what it's going to be. Okay. And what I need to know right now from you is that from now on that you understand that you need to be using these goggles in these situations, using all your safety equipment in the appropriate situations, to be honest, and that this type of incident isn't going to happen again.
Yes, sir, I understand. I'll do a better job next time.
In the original scenario, Ken made several mistakes. He allowed himself to get angry. He focused on how the situation affected him personally rather than providing constructive remediation. In the second scenario, Ken was more goal-oriented. He made sure Juan knew what the expected performance was, and that Ken was there to enable Juan in meeting those expectations. And most importantly, Ken was able to get Juan to commit to a better performance in the future. When Juan left the meeting, he understood the reprimand and he was committed to improving in the future.